Gigantopithecus was the largest ape ever to exist, standing up to 10 feet tall and weighing as much as 600 pounds, living in the forests of southern China, India, and Southeast Asia from around 2 million to 300,000 years ago. This massive primate likely spent most of its time on the ground feeding on bamboo and other vegetation, and is known primarily from fossilized teeth and jawbones, with no complete skeleton ever discovered. Cetotherium was a relatively small baleen whale from the Miocene epoch, measuring around 15 feet long and representing an early stage in the evolution of modern baleen whale. Unlike its enormous modern relatives, this whale had a more compact body and likely fed on small fish and plankton in the ancient seas of Europe and North America between 15 and 10 million years ago. Kauai'o'o was a small black Hawaiian honeycreeper with distinctive yellow thigh feathers, endemic to the island of Kauai and last confirmed seen in 1987. The species was driven to extinction by habitat destruction, introduced predators like rats, and avian diseases carried by mosquitoes, with its haunting, flute-like song now preserved only in recordings. Leviathan was a massive prehistoric sperm whale that lived around 12-13 million years ago, measuring up to 57 feet long and possessing enormous teeth up to 14 inches in length, the largest functional teeth of any known animal. This apex predator hunted large prey, including baleen whales in the ancient oceans, competing with the equally formidable Megalodon shark. Entelodon was a pig-like omnivore from the Oligocene epoch, standing about 7 feet tall at the shoulder, with a massive skull equipped with bone-crushing jaws and prominent bony flanges on its cheeks. Despite being called hell pigs, these aggressive animals were more closely related to hippos and whales than true pigs, roaming across Eurasia and North America between 37 and 16 million years ago. Moa were giant flightless birds native to New Zealand, with the largest species reaching over 12 feet tall and weighing up to 500 pounds, making them some of the tallest birds ever to exist. These herbivorous birds had no wings whatsoever and thrived for millions of years until human arrival around 1300 CE, after which they were hunted to extinction within just a few centuries. Simba kubwa was a massive carnivorous mammal from the early Miocene of Kenya, roughly 22 million years ago, with a name meaning big lion in Swahili, though it was not a true cat. This hyenodont predator weighed over 3,000 pounds and had enormous teeth designed for slicing meat, making it larger than modern polar bears and one of the largest mammalian carnivores ever discovered. Megalodon was a gigantic prehistoric shark that lived from approximately 23 to 3.6 million years ago, growing up to 60 feet long with teeth measuring over 7 inches. This apex predator had the most powerful bite force of any animal known to science and fed primarily on whales, dominating ocean ecosystems until climate change, and the evolution of modern whales contributed to its extinction. Dodo was a flightless bird endemic to Mauritius, standing about 3 feet tall with blue-gray plumage, a large hooked bill, and small useless wings. Having evolved without natural predators, the dodo was fearless and easy prey when Dutch sailors arrived in 1598, leading to its extinction by 1662 through hunting, and introduced species like pigs and rats that destroyed its nests. Irish elk was neither exclusively Irish nor technically an elk, but rather the largest deer that ever lived, with males sporting antlers spanning up to 12 feet across and weighing up to 90 pounds. Standing 7 feet at the shoulder and weighing 1,500 pounds, this magnificent herbivore roamed across Eurasia and northern Africa until its extinction around 7,700 years ago, likely due to climate change and human hunting. Moropus was an unusual Chalacothere from the Miocene epoch that combined features of horses and gorillas, standing about 8 feet tall, with a horse-like body but powerful arms ending in large curved claws instead of hooves. This herbivore likely used its claws to pull down branches for feeding and possibly for defense, living in North America between 20 and 10 million years ago. Steppe mammoth was one of the largest proboscideans ever to exist, standing up to 15 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing up to 10 tons, with tusks that could exceed 16 feet in length. This species roamed the cold steppes of Eurasia during the Middle Pleistocene between 1.7 million and 200,000 years ago, and is believed to be the ancestor of the woolly mammoth. Dorudon was a prehistoric whale from the late Eocene around 40 million years ago, measuring about 16 feet long and representing an important transitional form between land mammals and modern whale. Unlike modern whales, Dorudon still possessed small hind limbs, though they were too small for walking, and it lived in the ancient Tethys Sea that covered parts of modern Egypt and Pakistan. Plesiosaurus was a marine reptile from the early Jurassic period, around 200–190 million years ago, characterized by its long neck, small head, broad body, and 4 large paddle-like flippers. Measuring about 11 feet long, this carnivore used its numerous sharp teeth to catch fish and squid, and likely used its flexible neck to strike at prey with quick sideways movements. Cave lion was one of the largest lion subspecies that ever lived, standing about 4 feet at the shoulder and potentially weighing over 700 pounds, with males lacking or having minimal manes based on cave art depictions. This formidable predator roamed across Europe and Asia during the Pleistocene until roughly 14,000 years ago, hunting large herbivores like bison, horses, and even young mammoths. Smilodon was the iconic saber-tooth cat that lived in the Americas from 2.5 million to 10,000 years ago, with its most distinctive feature being canine teeth up to 11 inches. The largest species could weigh up to 900 pounds and likely hunted large herbivores by using its powerful forelimbs to wrestle prey down before delivering a precise killing bite to the throat or belly with its specialized fangs. American lion was one of the largest felids ever to exist, weighing up to 1,000 pounds and standing about 4 feet at the shoulder, making it roughly 25% larger than modern African lion. This apex predator roamed North and South America during the Pleistocene until about 11,000 years ago, hunting bison, horses, and ground sloths across grasslands and open woodlands. Bali tiger was the smallest of the tiger subspecies, with males weighing only around 200 pounds and females about 140 pounds. Endemic to the Indonesian island of Bali, despite their small size, these tigers were fierce predators that survived until the 1940s, when hunting and habitat loss drove them to extinction, with the last confirmed individual shot in 1937. Short-faced bear was the largest mammalian land carnivore in North America during the Pleistocene, standing up to 6 feet at the shoulder on all fours and over 12 feet tall when standing upright, weighing up to 2,000 pounds. With its long legs built for running and powerful jaws, this bear was likely both a predator and scavenger that dominated the landscape until its extinction around 11,000 years ago. Quagga was a large terrestrial crocodilian that lived in Australia during the Pleistocene, growing up to 20 feet long with long legs adapted for running on land rather than swimming. Unlike modern crocodiles, Quagga had blade-like teeth designed for slicing flesh and likely ambushed prey in forests and woodlands until its extinction around 40,000 years ago, possibly due to human arrival. Great auk was a large, flightless seabird, standing about 30 inches tall with black and white plumage resembling a penguin that once thrived across the North Atlantic from Canada to Scandinavia. An excellent swimmer that bred in massive colonies on remote islands, the species was hunted relentlessly for its meat, eggs, and feathers, with the last confirmed pair killed in Iceland in 1844. Tasmanian tiger, or thylacine, was a carnivorous marsupial with distinctive dark stripes across its back, a stiff tail, and a large gaping jaw that could open to 120 degrees. Native to Tasmania, mainland Australia, and New Guinea, this unique apex predator was driven to extinction in the wild by the 1920s due to bounty hunting and habitat loss, with the last captive individual dying in 1936. Haast's eagle was the largest eagle ever known, with a wingspan of up to 10 feet and weighing up to 35 pounds, making it twice the size of modern harpy eagles. This apex predator evolved in New Zealand to hunt the giant moa birds, diving from the sky to strike with force, equivalent to a cinder block dropped from a building, and went extinct around 1400 CE, when its primary prey was hunted out by humans. Cetotherium was a genus of giant, short-faced bears from South America, with the largest species potentially weighing over 3,500 pounds, making it possibly the largest land carnivore ever to exist. These omnivorous bears lived from roughly 2 million to 11,000 years ago, with their massive size likely allowing them to dominate other predators and scavenge kills across the Pleistocene landscape. Terror bird, Forus racids, were large, flightless, carnivorous birds that dominated South America for millions of years, with the largest species standing over 10 feet tall and possessing massive hooked beaks capable of crushing bone. These apex predators used their powerful legs to chase down prey and their skull like a hatchet to deliver devastating strikes, reigning supreme until around 2 million years ago when the formation of the Panamanian land bridge allowed mammalian predators to migrate south. Quagga was a subspecies of plains zebra from South Africa, distinctive for having stripes only on the front half of its body, while the rear was solid brown, creating a unique half-striped appearance. Once abundant in the Cape Province, these animals were hunted intensively for their hides and to free up grazing land for domestic livestock, with the last wild individual shot in the 1870s and the last captive dying in Amsterdam in 1883. Zygophyseter was a predatory sperm whale from the Miocene epoch, around 11 million years ago, measuring approximately 20 feet long and possessing large functional teeth in both upper and lower jaws, unlike modern sperm whales. This oceanic hunter likely fed on medium-sized fish and squid and may have traveled in pods, representing an extinct branch of the sperm whale family that pursued different ecological strategies than their modern descendants. Baralambda was a large herbivorous mammal from the Paleocene epoch, around 60 million years ago, weighing up to 650 pounds and resembling a strange combination of bear and primitive ungulate. This pantodont had a robust body, strong limbs with clawed feet, and likely browsed on vegetation in the forests of North America, representing an early experiment in large mammalian body size after the dinosaur extinction. Glyptodon was a massive armored mammal related to modern armadillos, roughly the size and shape of a Volkswagen Beetle, with a hard, dome-shaped carapace made of bony plates. Living in South America until about 10,000 years ago, these herbivores weighed up to 4,000 pounds and had a spiked tail club that could be swung for defense, likely going extinct due to climate change and human hunting. Steller's sea cow was an enormous marine mammal related to dugongs and manatees, growing up to 30 feet long and weighing up to 10 tons, with thick blubber and a peaceful disposition. This slow-moving herbivore fed on kelp in the shallow coastal waters of the Bering Sea and was discovered by Europeans in 1741, only to be hunted to extinction by 1768, just 27 years later, making it one of the fastest human-caused extinctions on record.